Hi everyone, hope everyone's okay. This is Robotics, and today we want to discuss the reason why we have hiss present in our audio and how to eliminate the majority part of that hiss. And part of it is inevitable and is going to be there, but the other part we can eliminate mostly. What it is basically, first we got to get the concept of a microphone. Microphone basically is what it is a speaker. First a speaker came aboard. They invented the speakers first. Speaker was there, and then speakers consist of a magnet, coil wiring, and a cone that goes over it. Microphone is basically the same, but is a smaller version of this, and the diaphragm responds to the sound because it's a lot thinner than the cone on a speaker. And I will demonstrate for you why I say the speaker is a microphone as well, because right in front of here we have a set of headphones, and we're going to connect it to the camera microphone input, and we're going to test it out. So we're connecting it right now. I'm talking to the headphone right now, right channel, left channel, right channel, left channel headphone, and I'm talking both the speakers, which is on the headphone, and the headphone is reacting as a microphone, as you can tell. So we're going to disconnect this, and we're going to go further once we're going to disconnect this, and we're going to go further once we establish the ground that the microphone is a speaker. So when you go buy a nice set of speakers, they tell you have to buy a very good set of cables to go with it, or the speaker is not going to perform as well, and you invest heavily on a cable wire. Microphone is the same thing. The wire's length and the quality of wire creates hiss in the audio. Nothing else does. Inside the microphone, which is the same as speaker, there's a coil wiring. You can't totally get rid of the wires inside, because that's what makes it work, the coil wiring inside the microphone. So that hiss is going to be there, which is very minimal. But the wires, we have control over it. The shorter the wire is, the more shielded and the better quality the wire is, the less hiss you're going to hear to the audio. Even if you run it directly to the camera, or you might go to the preamp or mixer or the audio interface, either way is going to create a hiss if you don't have the right wire. So the hiss is there because of the frequency that's in the air. So if the wire is bad, it will pick up most frequencies with the radio wave, cell wave, and whatnot through the air, and then what it does, it will amplifies it, and it goes to the camera, and you record the hiss with the audio. The simplest form of radio is made of one diode and one earphone. You connect the antenna and the ground, and you can hear the radio stations through this. You don't need no battery, it powers itself, and you can hear the radio station. Why is picking up the radio station? Because radio stations are in air, and the wires, the same way as the wires on a microphone, picking up the signals. But the diode will filter some signals, then you can hear the stations and you can hear the radio. But here on a microphone, the signals are there, but it's not separated. So you hear the combined signals that are all coming through the wires. If the quality of wires are not good, you're going to hear great amount of that because it's not shielded, and these two wires are not fully separated. If the wires were separated completely and they're shielded and they were perfect, it would eliminate most of the hiss. But if you invest heavily on a set of wires, as you invest heavily on a set of wires for speakers, that will eliminate most of your hiss problem and issue. So what you need to do here is get as good as the microphone you can get, invest good amount of money on good set of wires, and make it the shortest wire possible. Get the shortest wire. The longer the wire gonna be, the more hiss you're gonna hear through the audio. So get a very long wire, you're gonna end up with a lot of hiss. You get a short wire, you're gonna end up with less hiss. That will, because the longer wire through the length, it will pick up a lot of radio frequencies on the way. So what you need to do, basically, get the decide what length you need and get the shortest possible and get the best quality there is, and that will eliminate that. That won't pick up the frequency that's interrelated within the length of the wire and the quality of the wire if you get a good quality wire. The microphone itself will create some hiss because of the coil inside. There's nothing you can do about it, as I said earlier. And based on that thing, you can decide if you need to use a preamp or not. If you're using the preamp, the quality of the wire from preamp going to camera has to be very good. The point that I'm trying to make is the wiring that creates this problem, nothing else here. The wiring and the quality of wiring inside the microphone as well, that they created the wounding inside the microphone, that they created the microphone itself the way they were designed. So the better the wiring is inside the microphone, and the less hiss you're going to hear. So from microphone to your preamp, to your mixer, to your audio interface, and from your audio interface or preamp to your camera. From audio interface to preamp or mixer to your camera, you need a high quality wire as well. Well shielded, high quality wire you got to use. If you're using a 1/4 inch jack, which is the one that they use for guitar, keyboard and all that, get the best. They have really good quality on the music store. If you're using that for a mixer, get those connected, or the best quality you can find probably through the music stores. If you have XLR output from your mixer or preamp going to your camera, that's going to be really your best bet. If you're looking for microphone cables, the music stores, they might have the best possible. You can do a survey and find out who offers the best cable around. I cannot advertise for anyone, but the quality, but you gotta find out for yourself which cable is the best. What it is here, the quality of cable has a lot to do with it. It will eliminate most of the hiss, and you will have a very good sounding recording, and it's gonna sound great. It's gonna sound great when it's all done. It's gonna sound beautiful, and it's gonna sound great, and it will eliminate most of the hiss. So once again, quality of cable from microphone to here, and quality of cable from mixer or preamp or audio interface to your camera is crucial and is very important. You gotta make sure you get the right quality and right wires. Best of luck to everyone, and I guess we'll talk later. Thank you.